Thank you for joining us for California Politics 360. I'm Ashley Zavala. California's homicide rates dipped to their lowest levels in almost 6 decades. Nearly 67% of killings last year involved a gun. This week, California's Attorney General made 74 recommendations he thinks could dramatically reduce gun deaths. He laid it out in a 5-year plan. The Attorney General believes these recommendations will cut deaths involving a gun by 30 to 50%. But some law enforcement officials are skeptical of the new numbers and say there is more to be done. When lawmakers come back to the Capitol, they'll consider several public safety related proposals that try to crack down on crime. I sat down with former Assemblyman and now current Sacramento County Sheriff Jim Cooper. Here's part of our conversation.
Just want to get a temperature check on what you make of what lawmakers and the governor have done on crime so far this year.
Not enough. Not enough.
What work do you think they need to do?
There's still work to be done, and it's just frustrating that people are hesitant to do anything to make the reforms on mental health diversion, elderly parole, on Prop 36. There's so many things, and it's like the public supports it. And on Prop 36, for instance, 70% of Californians voted on that in all 58 counties. Not one statewide official supported it, and that's troubling. You're there to represent your constituents, the voters. We knew ahead of time what the polls said, and yet still no one supported that, as did a lot of other lawmakers never supported it.
Prop 36, it tried to ramp up the penalties for repeat thieves and drug dealers. It tries to create this new treatment mandated felony. What's it like right now enforcing that new law? So
law enforcement enforcing it, the issue is no funding. No funding came with it. So it has had an impact. Folks know they'll go to jail now. So we've seen a change. Even some of the retailers have said, hey, we've noticed it too. So it is working. Without funding, it doesn't go anywhere. So are people sitting in jail? How is that working? So some folks are in jail. We're able to arrest people and put them in jail where they belong. But we need programs to help them get the help they need for the ones that want to. Some folks are just doing it because for so long it wasn't a crime. So essentially, because of the lack of funding, people who are facing these charges, are they allowed back out on the street and they're not getting that treatment, or how is that Some
working?
are being allowed back on the streets. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Like I said, it's the will of the voters. That's who you're elected to serve. They put you in office, and yet you don't want to follow their will. That's kind of ironic.
Lawmakers and the governor, they've noted they put $375 million toward Prop 36 implementation this year. I don't know if you've looked into that, if that's going to help at all. What do you make of that?
It's a drop in the bucket, and that's really the big issue. It went on for so long, and make no mistake, the only reason it passed was because the voters are so fed up, because it was in their face, it was visceral. They saw folks walking out, stealing, running out, and the smash and grabs. That's why it got to that level. I don't think anything has ever passed that high in the state of California. Because it got so bad, the house burned down literally.
But right now, there is this bill moving through our state capitol that would allow at least theft to be added to the list of crimes that are eligible for mental health diversion, which allows people to get mental health treatment instead of basically facing the consequences for some of these crimes. What do you make of that?
It would water it down. There are some folks in the legislature, and they're true believers for whatever reason. They don't want anybody held accountable to go to a county jail or prison. And that's what we're dealing with some folks in California.
Do you really see that passing, though, in this moment?
You never know. You never know. It's been frustrating to sit here and watch some of those things. Even with Shannon Grove's bill, even trafficking of a child, you've got Democratic supermajorities, and they couldn't get it together to deal with it. So Republican got it passed. Thank God they got it passed, because if you're trafficking a child, it should be a violent felony. So just simple things like that are, just as a law enforcement officer, as a sheriff, it just troubles me.